Welcome to On the Sevens with Pi Frisbee Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am thankful and grateful for everybody who is here live on the Zoom call, live on Facebook, and live on the Sevens with Pi Frisbee Metatron's internet radio station. I do have a piece of advice for all those who may be on Facebook and are desiring to be a part of the conversation. I suggest that you use the link that is in the post on Facebook and join us here on Zoom. It's not that I don't appreciate the folks that are on Facebook, but I'm a one-man operation over here and I only got one screen, so I can only look at one screen at a time. That part of multitasking I have not conquered as of yet. So if you would like to be a part of the conversation and have your voice heard, then I suggest that you join us on the Zoom link. If not, I will get to your comments on Facebook immediately after the show. And again, I'm thankful and grateful for everybody that is here live via whatever medium that you're using and watching the replay. Today is a good damn day to be me. You know what? Every day is a good damn day to be me. I believe it, I be it, I live it, and I require it. So what we want to do is, if you want to open up your mic, you can. If you do not, you don't have to, but I want us all to repeat this one time after me. Today is a good damn day to be me. Yeah, you know what? Every day is a good damn day to be me. Practice saying that to yourself at least 7 times a day in the mirror, looking serious, looking determined, looking deliberate, not in the mirror bullshitting, not in the mirror not being able to look in your own eyes. I mean, look in your own eyes and see who you really are and be it, live it, believe it, and require it. It is great to be here today, and it's good to have all of the folks that are here today. I want to before we get into the lesson, I want to ask, is there anybody that has had some Mercury retrograde / full moon type of experiences that they would love to share today? Any don't necessarily have to be a Karen or a Chad instance. It could just be something. It could be a praise report. It could be something that you just want to share with everyone. I'll open up the floor for that. Nope.
Hey,
Nope.
David.
Yeah. Hey, David, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's it's amazing how when you try to force things, it's a lot easier when the universe kind of flows you in the right direction.
Absolutely, man.
So just trying to be more in the flow and try to get out of my own way and not, try to force things based on what should happen or and also at the same time being deliberate in my intention so that, me and the universe are in sync, if you will. But, just learning my life lessons the hard way,
Well, my brother, I wish that every lesson that I learned was easy. However, for the type of guy that I am and the type of soul that I have, yeah, either I had it coming out of the portal, or yeah, it was a rough one until I got it. You understand? So, but I want to talk about you being deliberate and being in line with the cosmos and being in line with your vibration and having that sense and that feeling that you're in perfect timing, regardless of what's going on around you. It sounds like you are easing into to riding with your circadian rhythm. Your circadian vibration is lined up with the cosmos. And now there's no rush, there's no hurry, there's no missteps. You are very deliberate and intentional about what it is that you're even bringing into your own existence. And you are believing that the next step that you take is going to be your breakthrough, not in an entitled way, however, in a quiet, assured way. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. No, thank you, man. Thank you for opening that up. Anybody else? Anybody else? It's okay. It's okay. You know, I am uh, running like the Wiener Schnitzel hot dog when that bun is chasing them on that commercial. I am running to 59, my soul return 59, which is in 2 weeks and a couple of days. And as I am running to my soul return, there's a lot of things that have come up for me that I truly believed that I had already done the work. I was already over it, through it, reconciled it. And, you know, this retrograde for me, it's not about anything outside of myself. It is a total and quick review, refine, revise, renew process on all the levels, you know, my spiritual self, mental, emotion, all of it. And the best part of healing for me is after you rip the wound open again, I don't go and cover it up because I'm ashamed of the wound. I don't, you know, hide it and, oh, I don't want people to know that I'm going through. No, I give the wound air because it's only in the air of after you rip the wound open that the healing begins. As long as the wound is covered, can't get no healing. It'll just scab over. That's all. And those of us know that when you have a scab, it takes a lot longer to heal, and then it leaves a mark. It leaves a blemish. Wherever you've had a scab, there's a blemish. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful for the healing opportunities that are coming up. I am very thankful and grateful and excited about the expansiveness of what is in front of me. I am so excited about my software project and my website upgrades that I would love to just spill all of the beans right now. However, it's not quite ready. However, know that I have something very, very sweet and wonderful for all that wish to unlock the cosmic code of their name and birth date and start happening to life instead of allowing life to happen to them. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Like I said, I have my physical tune-up scheduled for February 7th, 2 days before Soul Return 59. What better way to jump off into an expansive year than to have a physical tune-up and know that you will be at your peak and most optimal health to start it off. So for that, I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And I thank everybody who has been patient and who has gone along with me on this journey. You know, the things that are being done behind the scenes right now, they're not for me, they're for all of you. So I'm looking forward to being able to be even of more service to each of you, and to be able to get you all of the information that you need, you want, and you desire, relatively easy. So I'm thankful and grateful, man. I am, and I appreciate, you know, all of the help that is being done. This person does not want to be exposed by name. However, I have a very fantastic engineer, marketer, that is done some amazing shit on my website, and I am just, yeah, I'm totally impressed, and extremely thankful and grateful. Yeah, I am. So with that being said, anybody else got anything they would like to add? Hello, I see a new face here. Aaliyah's iPhone. Unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah. I actually just came across your post by accident. I saw we had a mutual friend.
All right.
It wasn't an accident.
Well,
we have a mutual friend. We have a mutual friend. And someone sent me a friend request, and I saw that we had a mutual friend. So I said, well, who is this mutual friend? And then I clicked on you, and we were Facebook friends, and I hadn't seen you come up on my timeline. So I said, well, what is he about? How did we become friends? And so I scrolled your page, and I saw that you would be doing a series of Zoom meetings. And I said, well, let me check in and see what this guy all about, what we talking about, because your page is interesting and your content sounds interesting.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. And you never really know who is connected to you. We never really know just how close each of us really truly are. So Aaliyah, thank you for stopping by. Again, it wasn't by accident, and I am truly grateful. And I want you to be encouraged. If everything sounds kind of crazy or foreign to you today, don't worry about it. If you keep coming back, it will all start making sense. So much appreciation, much love for you. Thank you for joining us today. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So today, this is Master Self Numerology, Planes of Expression number 4, January 18th, 2022, our 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time class. This module, current module we are on, is the Planes of Expression by the numbers. Today's number is plane number 4. 4 is a practical number on every plane. Doesn't matter if it's physical, mental, emotional, or intuitive. It's very practical. What we already know about the number 4, we can apply it to any plane that it will fall on. You guys do know that the numbers don't change no matter where they are. The essence and the soul of the number is going to be the same regardless of what plane or what position that it's in. So we know 4s are dependable. We know 4s love system and order. They are security conscious. They are the worker bees of the numbers. 4s take your ideas. They me having a lot of 3 energy, the 4 can take what I have taken from someone's dream and created, and the 4 can put it into practical application. The 4 can take what I do and then put it into some practical good use application. And that's a 4 on any plane and anyone with strong 4 energy in their chart. My given name at birth, the last name is Pyle, Pyle, just like Gomer. And if you add that up across, it is a 22. That's a master number. 2 + 2 is a 4. So 4 is a very strong and a prominent number in my own personal chart. So whenever I talk about the 4, is real easy, because all I got to do is think about, some of the things that bug me about myself. And most of the things that bug me about myself deal with the 4. And that's strange, but if you knew that I got mostly odd numbers, then yeah, I would be bugged by that even number. The even number bugs the hell out of me. Yes, Victorious.
So that's interesting that you say that, because I was just getting ready to post in the chat room that I have 4s on both the physical and the mental, and my middle name adds up to a 4. And I am so grateful for those 4s because of all of the odd numbers in my chart. And it's interesting that you feel the opposite, because
yes,
I feel like without
opposite.
those 4s, like I wouldn't get anything done.
Absolutely.
So, okay.
Well, for me, and the reason why I say the odd numbers bug me, because other than my last name and I believe my reality, my later life vibration, the rest of my numbers are odd. 7, 1, 3, 9. Yeah, I don't have a prominent 5. Oh yeah, I do. My point of comfort and my point of security is 14, 5. So the only and maybe that 4 is the thing that buttresses me and keeps me focused. And I know it is part of my work ethic and things of that nature, especially because it's a 22. It's a master number. That's the master of economics and enterprise. Yet I have an over intensification of odd numbers. So yeah, I resonate with the odd. I resonate with being off balance. Being in balance, it feels like I'm off balance to me, if that makes any sense to you guys. You know what I mean? Whenever something is balanced, for me, it feels off balance to me. And when there's an imbalance, that's when I feel balance, because I have a bunch of odd numbers. Even in the cards of destiny, I have a 3 and a 9. I'm odd all over the place. Just so if and we'll get into this when we get into chart analyzation, when we analyze a whole numerical chart. But if you would look at my chart, if you would handwrite out my chart and you would look at it, the first thing that you would tell me before you said anything else is, damn, brother, you got a lot of odd numbers. You got an over intensification of odd numbers. Because that would be the first thing that jump out at me. The very first thing. So 4 is a practical number on every plane, no matter which plane it is in. And if you have a 4 in your name, you have production and practicality is built into you, whether you like it or not. See, Victorious, you got 3 4s, so you love them. I got 3 3s, so the 3s is like, get out of here, 4, man. We don't want to go to work. We don't want to be dependable. We don't want to be productive. We want to just do our thing. But note for the planes of expression that number 4 on any plane is a practical number. Number 4 on any plane indicates the establishment of order, systems, security, the practical and productive in work and the ways and means of living. Number 4 on any plane, get this, indicates the establishment of order. Most 4s are orderly. They got a system about you going. The 4, the 4 in me deals with my clothes. If you could see my underwear drawer, the underwear is folded properly, nice, and the socks, and I have colors. I have grays and blues and browns, and the grays are here, and the blues are here, and the browns are here, and everything's got a place. And yeah. Number 4 on any plane is the establishment of order, establishment of a system. It's about security, the practical and productive in work, and the ways and means of living. Number 4 on any plane demands and requires faith and loyalty, and to be respected, and that the law is followed and fulfilled. I want to stop right here. The number 4 on any plane, and for people in general, demand and require faith and loyalty. That is not only in a intimate, interpersonal relationship, partnership, or marriage. That is with a family member, a friend, a co-worker, or anybody that you have gotten familiar with. Like you go to the same store all the time and the same person is the checkout, so you done got familiar with them. Yeah, you even want faith and loyalty out of them people. If not, the 4 is the quickest one to say, deuces, I'm out. Yes, Victorious.
So it's really interesting that you say that, because the relationship between my sister and I.
Yep.
And this was a story that kind of popped up in my head because, Venus is retrograde. So we're thinking about the past and, our interactions with females or just relationships in general. But this popped up in my head like 2 days ago. And one of the issues that I deal with is my sister's sense of loyalty to me. And years ago, I used to date this guy. We had been together for 6 years. We broke up. And we hadn't been together for a while. Some years had passed. We had both gone on with our lives. And so her and another friend of mine that I was really good friends with found out that this guy had a baby. And they had knew for maybe 2 or 3 years about this child. Mm-hmm. And so ironically, it just puzzled me because no one said anything to me. And ironically, I don't know, they said they didn't want to hurt my feelings, but what did hurt my feelings and upset me was the fact that nobody told me. Mm-hmm. I felt betrayed because I'm like, this is my sister and a really good friend of mine. And I wasn't even upset about the guy having a baby. In fact, I wouldn't have expected anything different. Like I said, we hadn't been together in a long time.
Right.
But it was the fact that they withheld that information from me is what bothered me the most.
Oh yeah. So. Thank you for that. And that 4 is once you've been betrayed, once you betray a 4 will forgive you and let you off the hook, but the 4 won't fuck with you ever again. You got one shot to beat the 4. Once you do that, it's over. That's it. Game is over. The number 4 people in general, and number 4 on any plane, demands and requires faith and loyalty, and to be respected, and that the law is followed and fulfilled. 4s are strong, staunch believers in the law, and the 4, because they are so dependable and trustworthy, and the worker bees, they want to be respected. They don't, if the 4 senses disrespect, the 4 is gonna bounce on you. 4 just remove themselves from you. They won't even go through it. They'll just move themselves. Number 4 on any plane equips you with tremendous debate skills when your knowledge is trusted and true. However, number 4 on any plane can become argumentative and combative. Me, myself, yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Or jump from point to point in order to validate or discredit the topic of discussion until you settle your mind on the direction, the destination of the conversation. See, the four tremendous debate skills, tremendous debate skills, especially when the knowledge that they're debating or the topics they're debating is something trusted and true, something they really have a handle on. Yet in the very other side of that is that they will become argumentative and combative in a conversation and jump around just to either validate what they're saying or discredit what you're saying. And that's just the thing about the 4. The 4 is solid. 4 really don't like to even get into the debate. They don't even want to debate you. But once they get pulled in, then the 4 always believes that what they are saying is the right and only way. So if you are debating a 4, yeah, they're going to automatically get argumentative and combative, because if I'm a 4 and I'm telling you something, just take it and just shut up. That's what we would like. That's what a 4 would love. That's what, yes, absolutely, Victorious. It is impossible to change a 4's mind. You're not going to change your mind. You can forget it. You're just not. And then once they get out of themselves, and once they get out of having to be right, for me, I always just think about it. Oh, okay, well then they just want to stay uninformed. Then, and you settle your mind. Once the 4 settles their mind and they know where the conversation is going, then they'll be back fine, and then you can have a civil conversation. Yes, Jolene.
Hi, how are you? How's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. I see that I have some 4s in my name, but I think because I can get like that, but I think that's the most important thing about relationships. Because if a friend is my friend, I will take that person's knowledge and support, and I'm like, oh, and then we can have a conversation. And then I remember when I was in California and I was writing my book or whatever, and then my friend would introduce me to people and say, oh, she's a writer. And I would say, oh, I'm trying to be a writer. And it took me a while to say, I am a writer.
Absolutely.
And he says, Joe, he called me Joe, you are. And I'm like, I took it because he felt that, what is that for me? He wanted that for me. I said, yes. I was trying to, but he already was confident to say, I am. And he's still my best friend. And so, absolutely. Yeah, I'll give that precedent to that friendship. So
absolutely.
I'm not that tough.
Absolutely. And you should think about removing the word try and trying from your vocabulary.
I've been that. I have been.
Okay.
That's an old.
Yeah. Because I always explain it to people like this. Yeah. If I am hitting you upside of your head with a billy club, do you want me to stop or try and stop?
Yep.
Yeah, you want me to stop.
All the time.
Absolutely. Yep. We are either doing or we're not doing. We're not trying shit. Exactly. We're doers. Thanks for sharing that, Jolene. I really appreciate that. Number 4 on any plane can seem and appear headstrong, stubborn, and contrary to others, and dislike sudden and abrupt changes of all kinds and on all levels. See, because the 4 loves the routine, and the 4 loves the system and the order, you know, the four loves that you know, they got something they can count on. Is regular. It's, you know, you want to upset a four, yeah, you upset that routine with a sudden or abrupt change. The fours are the ones who resist change the most. Oh, they resist change the most because they like knowing for sure what is happening, where we're going, what is going on. Uncertainty worries the four to no end. So the number four on any plane can seem and appear headstrong, stubborn, and contrary to others, and dislike sudden and abrupt changes of all kinds on all levels. Number four on any plane should be afforded the opportunity and the time to process, plan, build, and solidify according to traditional, stable, and fixed structures and order, according to whichever plane it represents. So if it's on the physical, yeah, you're gonna have to get, if you want somebody with four on the physical to build a house, you're gonna have to let them look at the blueprints for a minute, and then you're gonna have to let them plan how they're going to do it, and then they'll build, and then they'll fortify it. In traditional, stable, or fixed structures. No, don't come out there saying that you want them to nail up a fence and say, oh yeah, we're not using a hammer, we got this new tool. Yeah, don't do that to a four. Yeah, the four walk off of the job if you do some shit like that to a four. Just bring a regular hammer, some regular nails, and the blueprint, and they'll get it done for you. Number four on any plane adores and appreciates the family and a safe and secure home and traditions. However, may experience many problems and issues with the family, especially the in-laws. Number four on any plane can become subject to a dominant family member, which always leads them into repression or a repressive state or repressive condition. It's just something that goes with the number four. It's just something that goes with the number four. Number four on any plane needs to be very mindful of being and becoming dominant in your attitudes and opinions, and in your appetites and actions. Yeah. Any comments, any questions so far? Yes, Victorious.
So going back to what I was saying about my sister, and you was talking about having to repress yourself in order to be around certain family members. The interesting thing is that is exactly how things are with my sister and I. And I'm not like that with anybody else, but for some reason it's always been real. Well, I know I have Cancer on my third house cusp, which rules siblings and things like that. And then my moon is in my third house. So my relationship to my family is extremely important. But the issue is that I find myself, in order to maintain a relationship with her, is that I, a lot of times, like, have to repress my thoughts or my feelings in order to maintain just a relationship.
Absolutely. I know that feeling exactly. I kind of felt like that growing up in Tulare, California. And in the family that I grew up in, I felt from very young age that I had to repress myself and repress and was subject to a few repressive family members. It was just something that came along with the number four. Hey, you know, and I learned to deal with it. And after I got a certain age, I just stopped giving a fuck and was going to live my life the way I wanted to, and not be concerned with what anybody outside of me had to think about it. I didn't care. I still don't. I really don't.
Well, that's where I am with her now, to me, because for some reason, like, we just, and granted, I'm a Taurus, she's a Leo, so, you know, there's that stubbornness, but For some-
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but thank you for perfect.
Go ahead, Victoria. I apologize.
Oh, so no, I was just saying that, yeah, we're not talking now. And like at this point, I don't really see us reconciling our relationship because after looking at it, it's one-sided and you can't have a relationship when both parties aren't willing to compromise. And because both of us have strong personalities, and it's hard for me to have to, kind of bend to her will. And she's actually younger than me, which is really interesting. But, and I know that has nothing to do with it, but it's just really interesting to see the dynamics of our relationship and where we are now as a result of me having to go out of my way to maintain a relationship. So this was helpful.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 4 on any plane stays happy and cheerful when actively engaged in constructing something into a clear form or in establishing order. When the way to keep a 4 happy and keep them cheerful, just give them something to build. Give them something to put together. Give them something to give them a mess and give them a picture of how you want it looking at the end, and then give them the tools they need and leave them alone. And the 4 will be happy and cheerful and actively engaged in building that. Yes, Sharon.
That is so true. I'm a 4 on the mental and emotional, and I get no greater joy than putting stuff together and junk together and organizing and stuff. It's the
Well, if you 4 on the mental and the emotional, you're gonna get a real a lot of this one. This is really, really good for you today. Being able to construct something into a clear form. And again, what anybody else might think would be some junk or some mess, as long as you have all of the pieces that you need, just give it to the 4 and give them all the pieces and give them a picture of what you want at the end, and then leave their asses alone. And look, you'll be sitting there thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be a month or so before this shit. That 4 will come back in a week, be talking about, all right, I'm done. What else you got? Yes, Sharon.
I'm sorry. The key is leave us alone. We do not be micromanaged. We got it. Just leave us alone. I know you don't have faith that we'll get it done with this mess, quote mess, but we'll get it done.
Absolutely. You could pour your mess into the 4 and you could just, like she said, leave them alone. And they're gonna come back with some shit that's even greater than what you even thought. It's gonna knock you over. Number 4 on any plane is warm-hearted, compassionate, and very generous to family, friends, loved ones, and associates, and absolutely feeds off of attaining and maintaining a well-standing in the community. And the bottom line is, number 4 on any plane, people just get shit done. They do. I mean, 4s in general, yeah, this is just for 4s in general too. 4s just get shit done. They are like I said, they are the worker bees of the numbers. They are the folks that'll be the first one in the office. They'll make you coffee even if they don't drink coffee. They'll be the last one to leave. They are the company man or company woman. They take it personal. They act like that job is theirs. The 4, you can't have no better worker in your company than a 4 and a 6. You get 4s and 6s, yeah, your office be running smooth. Your whole company be running smooth. 4s, they just get shit done. 4s ain't gonna be taking extra breaks and all of this. No, they want to get the job done. And and they take pride in getting the job done and getting it done right and well. That's the indicators for the number 4 on any plane and number 4 people in general. proper procedure and protocol are very important to fours and number 4 people on any plane. Proper procedure and protocol. 4 don't like shenanigans. The 4 does not like shortcuts. The 4 does not like, oh, just take my word for it. It's okay. It's no. The 4 want to documentation, and we want to see the last study, and we want to know what has been the pattern for the last 7 years. Yeah, the 4 want to know all of that and go from 1 to 100, and the 4 will take every freaking step. They even though some of the steps might be the same, 4 is not going to jump ahead. No. The 4 is going to follow the proper procedure, the proper protocol, because it's very, very, very important to number 4 on any plane, people. Any comments about the overview of plane number 4 plane?
I want to add one other thing. Like, it's not to brag or anything, but if you look at my reviews on LinkedIn, they're just just hire. Just hire. And that's for anybody. It's not even like corporate America. It's just like anybody I'm doing work for and they're dependent on me, I'm going to do my best.
Oh, you're going to do better than your best. You got 4 on the mental and 4 on the emotional. Oh, yeah. You're gonna do shit that people ain't even seen before. Yeah. And that's just and take this the right way. That's not your best. That's just you. Your best is you. That's like everybody else got a normal. Your absolute best is your normal. That's your normal. Where everybody else is like, and then they have to gear themselves up to really perform. That's a 4's normal. Their optimal best is their normal. Absolutely. So have I, Victoria. Victoria's put in the chat that she left a couple of jobs because they were so dysfunctional and unorganized. Yeah, I done been at a job where I clocked in at 8, and at 11:30, when they said it's time to go to lunch, I asked them to go ahead and pay me, and I just left. I already knew because if I'd have come back after lunch, then yeah, it'd have been a fight broke out. And I'd rather not, because of the 4, I'm practical. So you too, Sharon, you quit a job like that too? Chime in and tell us about that.
I quit the job because it's like false advertising. When they don't mention Jira, it's like a task management system or something. Like if they don't have anything like that,
right,
then it's like a red flag for me.
Absolutely.
And, well, I don't want to say anything about my current one, but the next one though, they allowed me to clean it up. So that's why I stayed. Like they gave me the freedom to clean it up because otherwise it's just chaos.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no. Yes, you let me clean it up or I gotta go. It's too stressful.
Yep. Either take your hands off of it or I'm gonna take mine off of it. One of the two.
Either one.
You choose which one you want, because either way it don't matter to me, one way or the other. Right. That's number 4. Yeah, that's a strong 4, and my 4 is super strong, master number. So it has permeated pretty much every aspect of my ways and means of living and being since I've been very, very, very young. So I do appreciate that 4. I just don't need any other odd numbers hanging out in my chart. It's just, and when I get the opportunity to show you guys both of my charts, you guys will see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's get to the planes. Physical plane. So number 4, if you have number 4 on the physical plane, number 4 on the physical plane is very physically practical and productive. is a hard and dependable worker, is an efficient organizer, and a stable and fair manager. Most fours work their way up into middle management. Most fours end up being a manager, supervisor, team lead, something like that. And you get there pretty fast. You get on a job after about 3-4 months, yeah, they already be like, hey, yeah, we got something else for you, or yeah, let's move you over here. Because you're dependable, for show up every day. You know, I've shown up to work sick, and I've had because my grandfather told me go to work every day, even if you're sick, and you make them send you home. I've done that. I've gone to work sick a few times. I made my boss send me home instead of calling in. You know, looks better. And in the mind of the four, hey, I went to work. They sent me home. It wasn't like I stayed home. You know, you those things that we do to ourselves, especially when we're in the middle of the grind. Number 4 on the physical plane is can easily put others' ideas into practical application and workable form. Number 4 on the physical plane is not the initiator and always needs someone else to start something. Not that the 4 is not innovator. 4 doesn't want to waste his energy on innovating and inventing shit. They just want to make whatever you got, I can come and make yours better. So yeah, why am I going to invent someone? I could just improve yours. That's something about the 4. The 4 will improve your system. The 4 will improve your order, will improve your security, can improve your business. May not start their own, but they damn sure can help you improve yours, and will work extremely hard, dedicated. They'd be more serious about your business than you is about it. I've seen it happen, and I've been that before with somebody else. Number 4 on the physical plane is very durable and reliable. And when I say durable, I mean it in the sense of physically can withstand a lot. Physically, yeah, David, you got strong 4s in your name, brother. Yes, you do. So the durable is think about the post office. Not snow, not sleet, not rain, not dark of night will keep us from finishing our appointed rounds. The 4 is durable like that, and the 4 is durable. 4 can work 20 hours a day, go home, get 4 hours sleep, get up, go back to work, do 20 more hours. Now, they might do that only 4 or 5 days. That weekend, they go sleep the whole weekend, but they can do that. They are very durable, very sturdy, very dependable, reliable, and possess great concentration and determination. Physically, on the physical plane, you can concentrate, and even if it's some harsh, tenuous work, if you 4 on the physical, you won't be thinking about, oh man, this shit is hard, and no, you can concentrate and get that shit done, and you'll get it done better than most people could ever do it, and you're determined to get it done. Failure is not an option for the 4, especially 4 on the physical plane. 4 on the physical plane is very deliberate, very sincere, and very serious. Can be tenacious and will resist oppression. In other words, a 4 will get off in your cheeks physically, especially physically on the 4. Yeah, they ready to box you up. They ready to knock you right on out. And you attempt to oppress them, yeah, you're gonna get your face oppressed by the 4. Any questions about 4 on the physical? All right, Miss Sharon, 4 on the mental. The 4 on the mental plane, 4 on the mental plane People with 4 on the mental plane are very mentally practical and productive. 4 on the mental plane is a planner and organizer, the executive in charge of events and happenings, regardless of the size or nature or scope. Doesn't matter if it is you and your girlfriends, or you and your brothers and sisters are selling lemonade at the lemonade stand. If you are the 4, you've done planned it, organized it, and you are in charge. It don't matter if it's just one picture out there. Your butt is the one that's in charge. 4 on the mental plane. 4 on the mental plane is results driven, determined, and responsible. However, can become paralyzed by caution or held back and restricted due to being too serious and inflexible. 4s get in their zone, man, and we get in that routine, man, and you know, we like safe, we like secure, we like to know where we're going, we like to know who's all involved. And we are driven by results. We don't care what it looked like getting there. We are driven by results. 4 is determined and responsible. However, when fear creeps into the 4, that's a caution is a nice word for fear. When fear or doubt creeps into the 4, or when the 4 feels held back, because can't nobody really hold back before, or feels restricted, that's normally because the 4 done got too serious and too rigid. Stay loose, 4s, and learn to laugh at yourself sometime, 4s. I do it all the time. It took me a while. That was the one of the last things to come around was being serious and just being stuck in the ground, like, nope, I'm not gonna budge. Nope, this is right and that is wrong, and I don't care what you say. And yeah. I'm grateful that I have evolved from being that serious and that inflexible, because once I loosened up. I used to have people tell me all the time, loosen up, OG, it's all good. Once I loosened up, everything just seemed to flow. So that's a lesson for a 4 anywhere. Loosen up a little bit and don't be so inflexible. There will be many experiences and opportunities through the in-laws and the extended families for 4 on the mental plane. Occasionally, 4 on the mental plane has to retreat or give up just as things begin to progress forward. And 4 on the mental plane possesses management abilities, however, may choose to work for self or your own endeavor. How'd I do, Sharon?
Excellent.
All right. Well, we have another one of yours, 4 on the emotional plane. 4 on the emotional plane are very emotionally practical. 4 on the emotional plane possesses good evaluation skills, a great sense of form and practical values, which are seasoned with creative and artistic feeling. 4 on the emotional plane becomes obstinate and ornery when held down or restricted for too long of a period. 4 on the emotional plane must have their work. What's funny, Sharon? Tell me what's so funny.
Because that's me. I'm just laughing at just instances where I just got an attitude when I felt like I'm just being held down or boxed in. Yeah,
I get it. 4 on the emotional plane must have their work properly appreciated and can persevere and accomplish much in spite of obstacles and opposition. 4 on the emotional plane can become suddenly combative and explosive when hurt or unhappy. 4 on the emotional plane, can become resentful of and mistrust authority. Yes, Sharon.
Yes, normally that's held in the combative and explosive part, but PMS comes in, everything that I held in before is like, yeah, now it's time to address.
Yeah, all bets is off, right?
PMS is the release.
Yeah, all bets is off. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Number 4 on the emotional plane, can become suddenly combative and explosive when hurt, can become resentful of and mistrust authority. Number 4 on the emotional plane, can be unyielding and forceful in love, partnership, and marriage, and concerning their possessions and other material things. Number 4 on the emotional plane, can accept unsavory situations or just give up in spite of abilities and resolve. All right. That's it for number 4, emotional on number 4. And then finally, for today, we will deal with number 4 on the intuitive plane. Number 4 on the intuitive plane is a very spiritually practical number. And if the person isn't spiritual, then they are commonsensically practical. Then they have much common sense. Number 4 on the intuitive is not truly, they're very spiritually or common sense practical, not truly creative, and cannot be counted on for much in imagination. Again, the intuitive plane deals with the soul and spirituality and or religious things. And if it's 4 on the intuitive, they're stable, they're solid, they're secure. So there ain't really much that they're going to really be thinking about, because they're going to be practical and solid and stable in their mind concerning spirituality and or religion, whatever it might be. So they don't let their mind drift off and think, oh, I wonder if aliens are real. Nope, they don't even think about that stuff. 4 on the intuitive that's not even their thought. Or if they are spiritual, then they don't even question why anybody would follow a religion, because they just be like, whatever. They just don't give their thoughts to that imagination side of it. They really don't. They're just really solid. Whatever it is that their path is, either spiritual, religious, or common sense, they're just solid right there. And that's all they really concern themselves with. Number 4 on the intuitive plane has little to no concern for vague or abstract thoughts, ideas, or ways and means of life and living. What you see is what you get. They want the tried and true. They want what makes sense to them. And, you can't just give them a blank canvas and say, oh, picture what you want to see, because what they want to see is the blank canvas, because that's what they see. Common sense is like, oh, it's a blank canvas. Number 4 on the intuitive plane easily receives ideas of an impressionable nature and actually does something practical and productive with them, or they discard that shit quickly. If the 4 on the intuitive plane, they get the ideas and they do something practical and productive with it. If it doesn't, or as soon as it stops resonating with them, they get rid of it quickly. They just throw it away. And then they don't rethink about it. They don't, let me go back to that. No, if it doesn't resonate once, it ain't never going to resonate with a 4 on the intuitive plane. 4 on the intuitive plane absolutely adores and is attracted to the pomp and circumstance and form and ceremony of religion. Any comments, any concerns about 4 on the intuitive plane or 4 on any plane or anything that we've discussed today?
That was an awesome read, by the way.
Appreciate you. I like being thorough. Yes. Don't necessarily, it's not about being right. It's just about being thorough. And that's what I pride myself on, being thorough. Can
I say something?
Absolutely.
Because I'm laughing about the thorough part. I have to fill out an incident report for Amazon because they lost literally 3 packages in a row. And literally there's like 6 questions that you have to answer, but that's not enough for me to answer yes or no, or just give them what they know, what they want to know. So you should see, I got about 4 paragraphs explaining to them what happened, because I felt like, I don't know if them asking me to fill out this report, if they're blaming me for my packages or it's just protocol or whatever. But yeah, I'm just making sure they're very clear as to what went down. And so that is hilarious because it should have been just a couple of sentences and it's like 4 paragraphs now.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I have to be very careful when I'm on the phone or at somebody's business because I will lean into the 4 the first time and, you know, attempt to resolve the issue in a safe and secure and a stable type of way. And then as soon as the failings of them start to come out, then the 7 come out, and then it goes left real fast. It goes really left, really, really fast. So those are the times I would appreciate being more mindful of the 4. However, people rarely forget a clap back from a 7. You rarely forget it because yeah, once the 7 clap you back, yeah, you and everybody around will know that you've been clapped back because yeah, the 7 will make sure that everybody hears that. So anybody got anything they would like to add today? Any comments, any concerns, any complaints? Are Aaliyah, you and I are friends on the book, you say?
Yes, we are.
Okay, drop your email address to me in a DM.
Okay.
And then I will send you an email and get you on my mailing list and all of that. And then if you need to catch up, then we could do that so that you could be with us here on these calls. I really, really appreciate you coming. So I really,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna send it to you so I can get caught up.
Yeah, send me your email.
And I'm gonna tune in tomorrow too because I'm a Life Path 5, so I'm interested in hearing more about 5.
Okay, that'll be Saturday. Oh, Thursday.
Saturday.
That'll be Thursday.
So yeah. I'm gonna tune in Thursday again too because I do want to hear more about the 5s.
Okay, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
But I'm gonna send you my email tonight though, so you can.
Okay, do that. Just drop it in the DM on the book, and then I will send you out an email, and then we will take it from there. Yes, Ms. Sharon.
Aaliyah, also go on YouTube and look at his playlist, and there you can like what do you call the life path, Mark?
Soul journey. Yeah, your soul journey. Your soul journey.
Yeah.
5, Aaliyah.
Yes.
So you would want to find my video on Soul Journey number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm still tuning in Thursday.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna look at
absolutely. I encourage you to do both. And you know, although I know my videos are great, it's always happening and hopping over here on the 7s with Python Metatron. We always have a good time over here. So
yeah, I like interaction. Watching videos is cool, but when you get a chance to interact with people,
it's about the interaction and the collaboration. You know, it would be boring if I could just sit here and monotone all of this and you guys just sit there and I'll be like, okay, goodbye. No, that's boring. I like active participation and active learning. Yeah, absolutely. So it's grateful. I'm grateful that you joined us today. And again, send me that information in my DM, and then I will get an email out to you as soon as I get it. And anybody else? Hey, Jolene.
Hi, what you saying?
Do you have anything, or was that just
No.
your?
Oh,
okay.
oh, shoot. No, I'm driving, so I guess but I just want to encourage everyone to, to be free, whatever number you are in, just to be free, because I'm learning and I'm still learning. No one is worth being constipated for, because you have to live your life. And
Absolutely.
so once you feel unconstipated, I mean, you will feel and I mentioned that today, is I know I'm being bold, but we are so caught up with other people's crap, and we forget our own, trying to figure out what they're doing, and we forget who we are and what we want to do. And so that's just I've been in therapy and, working today and my work with my clients. And I guess that was the theme today. That's what I got out of today, becoming unconstipated.
Hey, I
But that was
like
the
that.
conversation.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, especially with what I'm starting. I'm doing a natural flush, and I'm doing a natural laxative as I get closer to my tune-up date, because I just don't want to put any harsh chemicals in my body. So I like the fact that you're talking about getting unconstipated. A lot of us, walk around with shitty thoughts. Yeah, we need to unconstipate our thoughts. Some of us got shitty intentions. We need to unconstipate that. Some of us just shitty just because. We need to unconstipate our whole self. So I'm glad you brought that up today. And you are the vibration and the heartbeat of this show, Jolene, and you are always, always, always needed, wanted, and desired here.
I appreciate that. You got my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? If not, well, this has been On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into our mastered self. And I guarantee you, if you keep On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron as a part of your soul's journey, I guarantee you somewhere along the way, your mastered self awaits you. Let me help you unlock the cosmic code of your name and birth date so that you can start happening to life instead of life happening to you. I thank and appreciate each and every one of you. And whenever I say goodbye, it is not forever. It is just for now. Goodbye for now.
Good night. Be blessed.
Everybody. Welcome.
Good night.
Good night.